How do you do, good folks?
How do you do, fellow kids?
I want to make sure that my mic isn't going to get clipped by my seatbelt. You got to be a perceptive driver. Always got to be looking out. Just getting out of the gym today. It was a good day. The day's not over yet. Still got some time. There's a lot of traffic out right now, though. All right. I want to talk about modern dating. Modern dating. Well, modern dating, it's difficult at times because especially when you're looking for something very particular, like I guess I'm a very particular person, especially when it comes to somebody that I'm going to want to marry. And I think you should be very particular with who you're looking for in a spouse because, I don't believe in divorce. Um, like when you get married, that's who you're going to be married with. That's who you're going to be married to for the rest of your guys' lives. So you better make that decision very carefully and be very careful about who you choose to be your mate, your spouse. So I have a particular list of like criteria that I'm looking for. And I'm going to be honest, like it's pretty high. Like they're pretty high standards for like most going out there. So, you know, I'd say like out of the last couple hundred girls I've like talked to, and that's like in person or on dating apps or like if I met them online or something. Um, I'd say only one girl has like met virtually all of my criteria besides one. Um, so it's a lot of just like parsing through. It's a lot of weeding out like bad fits. You know what I mean? And it can get a little bit disheartening at times. Like when you're going out, you go out on dates with different girls, and a lot of it just like feels like wasted time, wasted effort because like you get to know them and then like you learn more things about them and it turns out it's like not what you're looking for. Um, but that's just a part of the game. That's like bound to happen unless you just get astronomically lucky and you like marry your high school sweetheart or whatever. Sometimes sometimes the fact that like I have this giant filter that just like filters out the vast majority of girls um, for me to be like considering for marriage. It makes me, because there's so much like time and effort that's put into like speaking with them and getting to know them and just like investing your time in them. it makes me wonder, like, whether or not I should lower my standards. But there's also like a drawback with that, because if you lower your standards, then you're going to, like, you might end up marrying somebody that you're like, well, I this wasn't really what I was like looking for, and then I think you're going to kind of have that in the back of your mind, like, as you go along through a relationship. And that's not to say that like I know perfectly like what I want. I have like a good idea, like a very good idea about what I want, and the criteria for finding a girl. But you know, God works in mysterious ways, and I think it's biblical to say that like God is the one who like sends you your wife. Like there's a proverb that says, houses and riches are from parents, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. So I think that God orchestrates through some, I guess it's like divine providence. He orchestrates two people's paths to meet together. I just hope and pray that the one that he's picked to meet in my path is the beautiful Latin woman. I'm not like dead set on that. I like that's just like what I prefer. That's just like kind of my type. So I think a part of it was a consequence of me growing up in Florida. Just a lot of cute Hispanic girls walking around all over the place. Protect booty Latinas! I'm going to be going over to the library soon. Got to work on my finite element analysis homework. This is kind of a short video. I might come back, talk a little bit more about the subject, but if I don't, please like, share, subscribe. I'll be posting more content in the future. Peace.